Hey Sag, and welcome back to the Journey of Self. I am your intuitive tarot reader, Brandy, as well as your host. Okay, look, guys, I'm super excited about your reading. I could barely get through my intro. Okay, this is what y'all need to know. I am titling this reading Maturity, Moving from the Club to the Altar. Okay. From the club to the altar. Now, whatever that means for you, everybody is not looking for love. Some people are looking to boss up in their careers. Some people are looking to boss up in their own businesses. Some people are looking to boss up on spiritual ascension. There is definitely some type of leveling up coming for you guys. Now, when I was, channeling, meditating, doing the intuitive portion of your reading, I did get that title. Moving from the club to the altar. There is a sense of you've been playing, but you're not playing anymore. Okay. Now, I feel like there's a worthy partner that is going to be found. Someone who is worth settling in with. I'm not going to say settling for, because that is rude and that is not what we're doing here. I don't encourage settling at all. Okay. I don't encourage settling at all. But settling in with, right? Coming to a sort of homeostasis, right? A sense of balance. I feel as though there is some of that going on. All right. So you guys may have been seeing someone. This could have been on a secret level or on a private basis. And now this relationship is moving to a commitment. Now, listen, we're not talking about secret as in, like you were a secret, but you may have been dating someone and not telling everybody about this. They may have been dating you and not telling everybody about this. Maybe because you didn't know how it was going to work out. Maybe you didn't want to get your hopes up. However it goes, it seems as though this situation may be moving into a commitment. I like the way this is looking. Okay. Now, Sag, it's going to be important that you guys follow the numbers. As they say in the military, by the numbers, and then they proceed to count. Or as people say, painting by numbers, right? Everything has its place, knowing where it goes and following the numbers. First card out, wow. The Death card, which means change. Right? Some of you could be dealing with the Scorpio, but for the most part, we see that already something is changing. Okay. I feel like this is also about a new life. This is also about Phoenix rising from the ashes. This is going to be a magical time. It's about transparency after secrecy. It's about the right one, baby. At this point, Spirit is trying to offer you guys, the universe is trying to offer you guys, God, whatever you would like to call it, is trying to offer you healing, discernment, okay? Discernment as well. I usually will not do all of these cards, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle. This is going to be about discernment. It's going to be about divine protection for what you were creating and what you're doing. It's about using your words, speak your mind, claim your power, a gift of healing overall. You guys are going to need to speak up and be clear though. Okay, with this person on your requirements, your hard limits, the things that you expect, the things that you do not expect, the things you will and will not go for. Be clear, okay? And then see if this is aligning, right? Because as you know, sometimes, we feel like, okay, something could be changing, but then there could be, for just the people who may have not been dating already, there could be someone coming in that could potentially be long-term, right? Because everyone's not going to be secretly dating someone whose relationship is moving to the next level, right? But I feel like a worthy partner is coming in. This could be, like I said before, in business. This could be about your soul group coming in and you finally finding your community. However it goes, there's going to be some truth to this, but doesn't mean that you will not receive other offers at this time. And some of them may be falsies, some of them may be trues, right? So using your discernment is going to be important. And what I like to do is I like to listen to other people's intentions before I share mine, because I know my heart. I know my intentions are pure and I know my intentions are honest. I like to see how other people feel about things just to make sure they're not mimicking what I'm saying simply to get along, going along to get along. That's me personally, what I do. I like to move in silence and just watch everybody else's actions. I come across as very open-minded and free-willed. And I encourage everybody else to do the same, because then you get to see the real them. I like to give enough rope and freedom that people can show me exactly what they're working with. All right. Sometimes, yes, people do hang themselves with the rope. Not my fault. But I just want everybody to be free. Just because you're watching somebody doesn't mean they're not going to lie, steal, or cheat. And just because you're not watching them doesn't mean that they're going to lie, steal, or cheat. People generally do what they want to do anyway. Okay. So let's be clear. So I don't like to influence people. I got a bunch of cards on the floor. I like to see where they're going with this. For this death card, I am going to go ahead and take all of these cards because I think they're all going to be significant. What did I say? Some of you will be moving. Some of you will be moving to calmer waters, to stability, right? From the club to the altar, right? That's the Six of Swords. And you're going to be moving forward with either a new truth or a new train of thought, experiences as well from your past, moving forward with the knowledge that you've gained over time through experiences and through, simple truths being revealed. Then you guys are going to start to be more, this is the discernment part. You guys are going to start to be more discerning and choosy about how you share your emotions and how you partake of other people's emotions. Also having that sixth sense kick in, very intuitive, nurturing as well. And I feel like this is also to yourself as well as others. Then there's going to be a change in reciprocation. Okay? There's going to be a change in reciprocation. And I feel like all of this is for the better. If you guys have been giving to someone who doesn't deserve, you're going to stop giving. If you haven't been getting what you deserve from others, you're going to start getting. Either way, it's going to work out for you. And then as well as work, I feel like a lot of you are going to, like I said, start doing things by the numbers, going through the steps, going through the order of things, and it's going to start to benefit you in ways you never thought possible. And here we go, that emotional fulfillment, that 10 of Cups. I've been saying this to all the signs, and I'm going to say it to you as well. You guys are worth waiting for, even if it means you yourself having patience. Okay? You guys are worth waiting for, even if it means you yourself having patience. So the 10 of Cups is now here twice. So I feel like that's double assurance that there is going to be some great things coming your way of an emotional nature. The next card that we have out is the Page of Wands. This is going to be passion, new avenues, new undertakings, right? Especially in career, as well as new excitement. Here is the Four of Wands. This card can talk about celebration. Some people also feel as though it's a marriage card. But what I feel like this card is about looking for a comfy spot and being able to find it, not being worried about much. That to me also is clarifying the 10 of Cups. And it's kind of a 10 of Cups type of feeling. Stability, right? But there's still work to be done. In the Four of Wands, yeah, this will be something that you'll work at, but I feel like you'll be passionate about the work here with the Page of Wands. You'll be happy to work on this. You'll be excited to put in the effort. there is a sense as well. I'm not going to keep all these cards, but I will read them. There is a sense that some people will be seeing the fruits of their labor. Information is coming in. Other people are taking a new direction. Also clarifying the Page of Wands. There is illumination that is going to come through after a hard time. I feel as though a lot of you guys have been operating in a winner takes all type of modus operandi because you haven't been taking things too serious, because it's not that serious, but I feel like it's moving to a more serious place. And then we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about making your next move your best move and not your last. Waiting on the sun. Like I said, you guys are worth waiting for, even if it means you learning patience. And the Hermit card. I feel like this is about what's coming down the pike, which is the Ace of Swords, which is new ideas or new truths, right? And as I've been saying to all the signs, this month is about it is what it is and it is not what it ain't. Okay? I've been saying that to all the signs, and it's the truth. It is the running theme of Leo season as far as the journey of self is concerned. Okay? I feel like we've seen a lot since Cancer season. We learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about other people. And the Hermit is well with the information that he finds. Like, he's not negotiating with the truth. He's just accepting it. That is why he is an inspiration to others, because he is a truth seeker, but he doesn't twist or try and change the truth. He just accepts it. All right. So this is going to be about peaceful knowledge, right? This is also going to be about knowing one's place in the world, finding one's path. That's going to bring you that ultimate happiness as well. Okay, here with the 10 of Cups. Now, it's funny because things may be changing, right? But whatever this change is, if you accept it and take your appropriate steps in these changes, whether this is a relationship ending, whether this is you moving forward alone, whether this is you using your intuition and really choosing the best thing for yourself, even though it may not feel the best at the time, right? Because sometimes we like things that are not good for us. We may like them, but we don't need them, right? This is going to be about that type of energy. Understanding like, okay, I'm not going to negotiate with this truth. It is what it is. Now, what is this truth? Here with the Ace of Swords. The truth is that things are transforming. Here with the Knight of Wands, we see someone coming from the belly of the beast, someone sprouting their wings. I feel as though this is that phoenix rising type of energy. This is that rising sun type of energy, or that magical point of the day. For some of you, it's going to result in you leaving a relationship, getting out of something that you don't necessarily want to be a part of. You guys are going to have to excuse me. I do have family over, and if you can hear that background noise, I do apologize. But I'm not worried about it if you're not worried about it. All right? Yeah. Lately, this month, I've seen the King of Cups. Now, let's think about the King of Cups. The King of Cups is unbothered by other people's emotions and has his emotions in check. The King of Cups is very inspirational. He is a loving leader, but he is not egotistical. He often encourages people to self-improve, not in a critical, you need to change way, but in a very understanding way where they're inspired to be their highest selves. All right. So I feel as though you guys may realize that your taste is changing. You may be transforming, or someone around you may be transforming. You may be the inspiration, or you may be inspiring others to go and do exactly what it is that they want to do, as opposed to doing what you want them to do. Correct? You're cool with it. It is well with your soul. Hermit energy. I'm cool with it. Go ahead, do you. But through this type of acceptance of the truth, as I said before, you start to see some things take shape. You may be aiming and shooting at something in the distance. People may start to recognize your work or your character, and you will reap benefits of that. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles can talk about financial loss that you are recovering from. It can also talk about spiritual poverty. But at the end of the day, with the Five of Pentacles here, you may actually be having a heightened view of the world and clarity of a particular situation. And this is also about completion. So while somebody feels left out in the cold, or maybe you do, it's about a cycle ending, correct? And it's about looking outward and leveling up. This could be in your health, and this could also be, psychological. This could also be esoterical or spiritual. All right. The next card that we have here is the Five of Cups. Now, in the Five of Cups, two things I always see. I see that there's a sense that you could be flinching from your past PTSD, and it's maybe hampering you from moving on in the present. But I also see the original message of the Five of Cups, which is no matter what you've lost, you can't lose everything, as well as, and this is the message of all the fives, no matter what you've lost, you haven't lost everything. I feel as though in this particular Five of Cups, you'll start to see that you still have something to look forward to. You still have other things to be grateful for. And in the Five of Pentacles, you start to see who's really riding with you. And that's going to change everything. Who's really riding with you. And that's where that King of Cups energy comes in, where you're kind of stoic and like not really worried and bothered about other people's opinions or their feelings. You're like, listen, I get it. That's what you want to do. I wish you well and safe passage. You can go ahead and do that over there. And it's not a negative Nancy thing, nor is it a nasty thing. I think it's just an acceptance of the truth or the train of thought, understanding that when the Ace of Swords is revealed, that whatever this truth is, it is only going to grow sharper in nature and intensify, right? Because it is the truth. It can't be hidden. It's only going to be true. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is about thinking, resting, retreating. It's also my card of prayer, as well as consulting an expert. Some of you may actually seek counseling to try and get over some of your stumbling blocks in order to go ahead and move to a new level. And this is also further, confirmed by the King of Cups, who is a gracious and inspirational leader, as well as like a mentor of sorts. So is the Hermit. The Hermit is a teacher, somebody that you may consult in secret. People don't even know you know this person. When I think of the Hermit, I think of like the old lady down the block that nobody like goes to visit, and you made friends with her one day, and you go to her house, like not in secret, but you go to her house when you feeling low. You drink tea with her, and she tells you about life, and you gain so much clarity and insight from her wisdom. The Hermit is also is often depicted as somebody that only you know that you know. Other people in your life may not even realize you know this person. Seriously. So I'm getting that very strongly, that there could be somebody helping you through this situation because they're so wise, and you really seek their counsel and you really listen and implement it into your life. So I don't know. In the Five of Pentacles, I'm not really getting that it's you that's getting left out in the cold. I'm feeling as though it's you, leaving some people behind because you realize they're not for your highest good, and that you're never going to get them to, be on the same page. I do feel like that leads to a little bit of a regret, not because you made the wrong decision, but you said you had to leave them behind. Then we have the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands is going to be about the Knight of Wands is going to be about rapid changes. It could also be about someone who is intimidating or bossy, someone who likes to be the center of attention, and someone who can sometimes come up as unreliable or insensitive. The realization of this could be that maybe you're not presenting yourself in the way that you thought you were presenting yourself, and therefore you go through kind of like a dark night of the soul, excessive emotions, emotional trial, right? But you're going to gain so much knowledge of oneself. You may see the unpleasant side, right? But when the moon appears, I often think of it as the brooding artist, where the artist is like, oh, I can't paint. Nothing is good enough. They're throwing their paints around. They're painting frantically, and then all of a sudden they release their work and people are like, oh my God, this is the best work you've ever done. Or the artist, like the musician who does the same, and then they release their work and everybody's like, oh my God, this is the best album you've ever produced. So don't be afraid of the moon card. It is about seeing another side of oneself, but you learn so much in the moon energy. Yes, it can be about secrets revealed, but I don't think this is about external forces. I feel like this is about you realizing and working with shadow and realizing how you can become better and then implementing that. Also, too, there is a tower moment here, right? And it is obviously of an emotional level. But this tower is always about faulty foundation or something that was not meant to survive this long anyway, in this particular deck. And what did I say originally? I said, yeah, you're going to go through this, but I don't think you're going to mind. And here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Happy to be single, seeing the fruits of one's labor. Okay? So, from the club to the altar. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Let's get one more card. The Fool card. So even if you guys have been feeling like you are spiritually, poor, or you're not on your way where you're supposed to be spiritually, you are going to find a new direction. All right. Now, in closing, guys, if you want more information in reference to this reading, you can go ahead and you can look in the description box for personal readings and things of that nature. And that's where you'll find that information, especially in reference to this particular reading. Okay. Have a great rest of your day and namaste.